Hello, it's Natalia. Welcome to my video blog where I tell about my journey while creating a slow fashion brand without any serious experience in business or fashion industry. Today I'm going to cover two topics. First is how to find a manufacturer or like a person who will create your initial prototypes for your first collection or for your brand. And second is the course that I took in sustainable fashion management. So let's go. While I understand that it's quite careless and at the same time very brave to start your own clothing brand without having any experience or without being a designer or having a designer, I decided it's not going to stop me because the concept of my brand is based on slow fashion slow fashion attitude, right? So what it means that I needed to look into designs and clothes that people are wearing every day and that I must premium quality, and also I want the pieces in my collection to be durable and timeless. So I just needed to look backwards like a few decades and see what people keep wearing despite the changing trends. So with this in mind, I didn't start working at my brand until I found by accident an atelier, a family business that has they had their own brand and they had some sewing capacities, expertise in constructing clothes, so they could assist others in developing their collections. I stumbled upon them in a random chat offering jobs in Lisbon. I think it was like this. I wrote to them, I went there and I found out that they already know the fabric I want to work with and that they share my values and my vision, and they are not new to sustainable production. So in September 2023, I ordered 4 prototypes with them. I think I said 5 in the previous episodes, but I looked at our contract and it's 4. And again, it's January 2024 and I still have like 1 prototype fully ready with them. They've been sick, on holidays, just ignoring me basically. And well, at the same time, I tried to find other manufacturers because I was quite disappointed. They were working much slower than I expected. And here it became a real big problem that I wasn't aware about, that manufacturers, like good manufacturers that can make small collections and prototypes are really rare. And while there are many manufacturers, good manufacturers in the north of Portugal, they are still quite far away and they need a certain volume in order to work with me, or otherwise they charge a lot. So I was quite upset, and I was even thinking, okay, I'll just give up and I'll just wait, because at the same time I was exploring the journeys of other people and I realized it's a very common problem that things take longer than they expect, especially if you are aiming into high quality and you don't have like a lot of money and connections. Well, I thought, why do I need a manufacturer, really? I just need a person who can make one piece of cloth based on the image that I give them or the description that I give them. And funny enough, I had that person in my life for like a year and a half by then, and I was like, well, she can do it for me, right? So I talked to her and she was happy to do it, and with her I ordered 2 prototypes in December and today they are both ready. I was very happy with her and she charged a lot less. But why did she charge a lot less? Because she didn't really construct a piece of cloth. I gave her an image, we found the patterns, which I bought from others, and I asked her to do minor changes that don't involve much knowledge or like a specific qualification, and she made this piece of cloth for me. She will not provide technical documentation for this cloth, and well, I'm not even sure what big manufacturers want from me, but I'll find out. And well, that's why she charges less, because she's not a constructor. She basically took my order and customized it a little bit, but it was enough for me to understand, like, do I want this piece of cloth in my collection or not? And it also offered me the opportunity to see the stages of her work, and the direct communication with her was very clear, and I realized what I need for this piece of clothes. Also, she was quite independent in this and said, like, look, for this and this, there are some materials that are missing, and well, she just bought them, right? So this was a great decision of mine. Just to wrap up the topic with the manufacturer, unfortunately, I don't have a recipe for you how to find your own manufacturer. The problem is that you need connections, because although this family brand that actually stopped working months ago, they closed the brand, and but they still have connections that they've been gathering for 7 years, and that's how I have the fabric in the best price, because they know where to buy it, right? And the same with buttons and with labels. And this is a huge advantage, because when I search for fabric online, when I search for accessories online, I don't find much. It's very hard to find basically anything with a good price. I ended up buying from the UK or ordering from the USA or from China, because although I search in German, in Italian, in Portuguese, I end up in the markets that are big, which are like American or the British market or Chinese market, obviously, but I have to pay taxes and I have to pay custom fees, which wasn't really great. And for some reason, I couldn't really find anything better on German or Italian websites, for example. And that's probably it. I haven't searched more than that. I think I also searched in Spanish, but it didn't help much. So guys, search for connections, search for a manufacturer or for a person who's been in business for a while and has some connections and good prices, but is also will be interested in your success. So you have to pay them, because otherwise the motivation doesn't work very well. Now I'll be covering the course that I took. I took it in the Italian university called European Institute for Innovation in Sustainability, or shorter EIIS. Well, as I said, it's based in Italy, and most of the tutors and mentors and basically everybody, they were based in Italy, in Milan and Rome, I think. Yeah. So why did I take it? Because I really wanted to understand how sustainability works in fashion, and they seemed quite appealing, but somewhere in the middle I realized that they're probably preparing the managers in sustainability, not really the entrepreneurs. And because they covered really nice topics, and they covered like the large things that are happening in the industry, but at the same time it didn't give much understanding to me what I should do as an entrepreneur to start a new brand, because they keep talking about the existing brands and what they do and how they try to be more sustainable. And also we covered topics like raw material sourcing, like ethical problems of fashion, like toxicity, like waste management, like services that exist for existing brands, and also help to be more sustainable. And this is amazing, because some of the sources I will definitely be using, and I hope my brand will get to their list with like a 5-star review, because they're great. And well, the best thing was the on-site experience, where we went to Milan and we went to a few manufacturers, actually huge ones, like the ones that were with Calcedonia and brands like this. And well, we saw the genuine Italian production for like laces, for jersey, and we met with a great guy who worked with the sustainable textile, and his wife was she was like in a senior position in her father's company that were producing jersey, so we went to that production as well. So yeah, I was amazed. It was very rich. I haven't seen any of Milan actually, but a lot of stuff that I actually don't know how I'm gonna use it, but for general understanding about the production and how difficult it is to produce sustainably and locally, and how to meet the demands and something like this. I realized that it's a very complex issue, and why sustainability is so hard in fashion. And that wraps up today's episode. So I covered the topic of how to find a manufacturer and my struggles and insights through this journey, and then I covered the course in sustainable fashion management. I hope you found it insightful or inspirational, and I hope my journey inspires and informs anyone trying to venture into sustainable fashion business or any other entrepreneurial path. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for getting in here. In the next episodes, I'll try to focus on where I'm now and what is slow fashion, sustainable fashion, what I'm actually doing, and how I see the brand that I'm creating. So see you in the next episode. Bye bye.